Hey there, guys. Welcome back to Veteran Logic. It is Will and Derek here today because I guess Dave had an appointment he had to do today, and but we wanted to carry on and get this thing done. And today we have a special treat for all you guys. This is actually we have JT. He's actually on the phone with us from BattleMug.
Yeah.
This is amazing, isn't it? JT, how you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing, guys? Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show.
Doing great, man.
Thanks for coming.
It's an honor too. It is an honor.
Thank you.
JT, you know, I've actually seen a lot of your stuff on the website, and I guess it's not just you. There's a couple other guys that are on the thing too. And you know what? I'm just going to pass the mic over to you and just have you go ahead and kind of talk about your company and tell us how you guys got started and who's involved in it and what was the thrive and the actual push to get this thing going.
All right. So we've got we're kind of spread out a little bit. I'm actually calling you from Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's where I lived. Once I retired out of the Marine Corps, I moved back to my home state, which is Wyoming. Manufacturing facility Mach 3 is down in Beaumont, Alabama. They're the ones that the group there. They're the ones that actually make the BattleMug and all the BattleMug products. And we got several folks down there. If I give a shout out to them, it's Brian and Bruce Willingham, Roy Manley. They got quite an impressive facility there down in Beaumont. And then a couple of Marines as well. We got David Lane, who's the one that actually hired me to be the guy in charge of marketing sales.
Did you get John? Is that what happened? You got voluntold?
Pretty much. That's right. That's how things work, I guess. So.
Oh man.
And then we got another Marine, John Kerwood, who still in. He's on the reserve side of the house. He's a colonel in the Marine Corps. And we do have like Brian and Bruce, like I mentioned earlier. They're brothers. They nothing against them, but they're Army. But so we have a few Marines and Army on our team at BattleMug.
That's a good mix-up. We have that here too. So that's amazing.
So as far as the product goes, I know you took a look at our site there, battlemug.com.
Yeah.
Really, how the company got started. I've been with the company a little less than a year now. I've been out of the Marine Corps right at about a year. But the David Lane and John Kerwood and the folks at Mach 3, Roy Manley, the manufacturer of the BattleMug, they actually purchased the company from another Army veteran last April.
Oh, wow.
So gentleman by the name of Joe Lundberg, and his idea and how this kind of got started, at least how the story goes, is that him and several buddies were kind of sitting around the campfire and having a couple of drinks, and they're big gun guys, gun enthusiasts, and they started taking a look around and realized that, hey, they wanted to bring their love of guns and firearms and that to basically integrated into something that you could drink out of. And that's really how it kind of started, just that idea. So they started, coming up with plans and prototyping until they came out with what we refer to as the classic BattleMug. And that's the BattleMug starts off as a solid, about a 10.5 pound block of billet aluminum, and through several stages of machining and CNC, through a CNC process and a military grade anodization process, that's what we come out with is the refined product, which is actually
you guys are actually making these BattleMugs like they actually make rifles. That's what it sounds like to me if you're using the billets.
Absolutely. And Mach 3, who, like I said, is run by Roy and Brian and Bruce, they manufacture a lot of other products to include gun parts. They manufacture aircraft parts, automotive parts, things of that nature as well. But yes, essentially that process is very similar to, like machining, say a gun barrel or something like that. Our mugs, not all of them, but the majority of them have the integrated Picatinny rails. As you've seen, you can, mount attachments and things like that, things of that nature on them. So,
well, a lot of customers always like choices, and it seems like you guys you guys give the option to do so. And I'm sitting here. Derek's got a picture up right now where this guy's got that's a 50 cal handle attached
it looks like
to
a
it.
50.
Right.
And what looks to be like a scope on the other side.
Yeah.
Like an ACOG or something.
It's amazing, man. It is just amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
we
a coffee cup is what I'm gonna have to get. I saw the half, and I think I'm gonna get the half one for my coffee. So
there you go. That's our combat cup right there.
That's amazing. Well, I'm just stoked to have you on today. Are there any other kind of products that you guys are going to be coming out with here pretty soon, or is it just the platform that you've got now? And do you have any kind of R&D on anything else?
Yeah. So we have several products that we're looking at. We're really kind of just kind of in that innovation phase of things, and got some ideas that we're throwing around. There's one specific product that we're getting close to finishing up, and it's integrated with our Freedom Bomb. I don't know if you can see on our site there. Freedom Bomb basically is modeled after a 60 millimeter mortar.
Right. It's like the wine glass.
Right. Absolutely.
It's definitely for the ladies. Definitely for the ladies. There's your bomb. Here you go.
We actually do. It's funny. We actually get quite a few orders from the ladies, so they prefer that the Freedom Bomb over the standard BattleMug. But what we're looking at actually is completing the top end of that. And the product that we have is the completed version. So it looks like a complete 60 millimeter mortar to include fuse end and everything like that on it. And then it unscrews in the middle there. And what you have when it unscrews there is a cup as well. So you have a coffee cup integrated with a Freedom Bomb as well.
That is awesome.
So
that's cool.
Right.
That's some innovative stuff right there. Now, I keep an eye on everything that you guys have been doing, and I absolutely love, as you know. And I saw a post about, I guess China was trying to copy y'all's stuff, man. That's ridiculous. You've hit it big. I think Damien had said it well when he says, you're doing something right when China tries to copy you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy.
It is. I'll tell you what, it's frustrating because, one of our things that we're very proud of at BattleMug is the fact that, everything that we make, to include all our materials and everything like that go into these BattleMugs. It's made right here in the USA, made by hardworking Americans. And so, when we see these sites pop up, and it's not the first one I've seen. Since I've been with BattleMug in the year I've been with them, I've probably seen about half a dozen of these sites pop up that they're getting imported from China. Now, we went ahead and purchased a few of these just to kind of get a gauge of the quality of them.
Right.
And,
they're terrible quality.
Absolutely.
Looking at them.
I mean, they use subpar metal first of all. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Because anything that's a ripoff from China is coming from a manufacturer who also manufactures probably 500 different types of products.
Right.
That are all copies.
And have different types of weak metal.
Well, that's
stuff.
like how they got big over there was mainly through eBay.
Yeah.
eBay was the place where people would buy stuff from China.
Right.
Super cheap, bring it over here, and sell it on eBay in America. And I'm sure they do it in the UK too.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they do. So I guess, JT, so if there are some listeners out there that actually want to check all of my guys are going to want to do this, but can you tell us exactly where to go so that we don't get some of this cheap knockoff Chinese crap when we order it?
Yep.
We want that quality BattleMug stuff. Where can we go for this stuff?
Yeah, not something that's going to break when you drop it.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's actually a couple places. Obviously, the first choice would be battlemug.com.
Okay.
We do have a couple of distributors, though, on a very limited scale. Yeah. Optics Planet is one of them, and they predominantly sell our polymer version of our BattleMug.
Okay.
And then they also, on a limited volume as well, the classic BattleMug, and then we have Metals of America, which is another distributor for us, and they sell the polymer version. So if you find the BattleMug anywhere else, then it's most likely one of those Chinese knockoffs.
Gotcha. Now, how's the polymer mug? I guess, is it good for coffee as well? Will it take hot drinks okay?
It absolutely will, and that's what we recommend. We get a lot of questions from customers that want to use BattleMug for hot products, whether it's hot coffee or tea or whatever. And we actually recommend the polymer version of the mug. It's better suited. With aluminum, there's a lot of heat transference and things like that. So, you get the liquids too hot in there, you tend to burn yourself, or have the chance of burn yourself.
Well, and I would think the metal would actually take the heat out of the coffee quicker too, because it's transferring to the heat to the metal.
Absolutely, absorbs the heat. Yeah,
well,
the polymer.
That's a good idea that you guys come up with the polymer. So I think I might actually have to buy two now. I see what you did there.
There you go.
Now, if you can only make a Stein style cup handle with the mustache guard on it.
Oh, the mustache guard. Yeah, they need a mustache guard. They do have the Steins though too, don't you, JT?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw those, and I saw the lids for them, which I thought were awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you don't really see a lot of modern style mugs with the actual cup guards.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Stein handles, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We have those both for the Combat Cup and the BattleMug Classic and Dog Tag Edition as well.
I saw that on the bottom end of it. I guess you can put your dog tags in there and stuff like that, and it's just so innovative, man. It's amazing. It's amazing what our veterans come up with. So
right.
Oh man, and I you know what? I had a really good time talking to Dave. I mean, you guys are just down to earth. True-blooded Americans that have served our country and continuous serving our country. So that's amazing in and of itself. And want to thank you for that, brother. We really do, JT. It's been an honor. And just having the thumbs up that you guys were going to come on was just amazing. So this is really cool. Derek, you got any questions for him?
I'm sorry?
I was asking Derek if he had any questions for him.
Not really questions, but I finally found your guys' Instagram page yesterday.
Oh, so they do have an Instagram page.
Yeah, it's BattleMug USA.
BattleMug USA. Okay.
Yep.
So we have BattleMug. What's that, JT?
So I gotta let you guys know that page is actually managed by my daughter. When I started with BattleMug, that's what David had asked me. What my knowledge was on social media and whatnot. And I was pretty limited on, I had a Facebook account, and that was
You're
pretty
more
much
of a hands-on, physical kind of person.
Yeah, he started asking me about Twitter and Instagram and all those other things.
I'll tell you what, Instagram's where it's at, brother. It really is.
Yes.
I don't know how many people y'all have on there right now, but it can get pretty crazy.
Yep.
It absolutely is. And once I, kind of turned it over to my daughter, who's a teenager, so they're, very adept with their social media.
So what you're telling me is you put a pro on it.
Right. You're absolutely right. I put the person on that is going to get the job done. And she's doing a fantastic job. And we've got a pretty good following on Instagram. We've done a lot of, cross promotions with other companies out there, a lot of veteran-owned companies. She's really holding it down. I jump on there and kind of tweak some things every once in a while. She always, come to me and ask, for a little bit of guidance. But man, she's running with it. She's doing an awesome job.
That's amazing. That is amazing. What are there any type of events or any kind of companies that you'd like to talk about that you guys have been interactive with or anything like that? I know you talked about the dealers and everything, and that was awesome too. I just didn't know if there's anything else as along that lines that you'd like to talk about too as well.
Right. Yeah. There's a couple of companies that we work pretty closely with. One, and I'm pretty sure you had them on. I think it was last week. Is Grunt Style.
Yes.
A great group of folks there. It was just by chance, and it was through Instagram. Actually, one of the folks that works there, Alex, he's a Marine. I think he was a mortarman in the Marine Corps, and he saw our freedom bomb, and he thought it was the coolest thing, and that kind of just, we started our dialogue there, and it kind of expanded at that point. So we do a lot of stuff together. They obviously promote a lot of our products, and in fact, if you look on our site, our BattleMug T-shirts, BattleMug for when the shooting's done. If you take a look at those are actually grunt style shirts, and they have the grunt style logo on one sleeves.
Now I've got to get one.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Man, I have just spent a lot of money just talking to JT today. You know that, right?
I like your guys' flask on here. I'm sitting here looking at some of the things I haven't looked at yet.
The flask and
the sway more.
Yeah, the sway.
Yeah, the sway more.
But a sway more.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty hilarious.
Just make sure that's pointing in the right direction, right?
Yeah, towards me, right? Towards myself.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a claymore you want to face away from you, but I feel like a flask you'd want to face towards
Right,
you.
exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and then another big one, and it's a new product on our site that we're actually a distributor for. It goes very well with the BattleMug products because they fit on the Picatinny rails. There's Custom Gun Rails, another veteran-owned company as well out of Texas. And you can take a look at some of the stuff on our site there. We have the American flags. They go on the custom. They go on the Picatinny rails and several other of the custom gun rails as well.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering where you could get those flags and stuff at.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because I kept seeing them in all the pictures, but I could never find them on your store. And so I was like, where are these? This is like a mystery. I got to look and find out.
Yeah, we just added those probably about a month ago, I guess. So they're a pretty new product.
And what's the name of that?
Custom gun rails, and then we have different ones. We have the standard American flags, the subdued flags. I think we have some EGAs in there as well. And then what is not advertised yet, we're just trying to get the pictures done on them, or the blanks, essentially. So the blanks, it's just left up to your imagination. Whatever you want on them, we can engrave on those blanks.
Oh, that's
awesome. So, maybe like a drill sergeant insignia, because nobody ever does that.
Yeah, because you were a drill sergeant.
Yeah,
you need that.
It's like everywhere I go, they're like, "Oh, look at all the military stuff." I was like, "Why don't you have the drill sergeant symbol?"
It sounds like Derek's fixing to start spending money with you too, JT.
There you go.
It's like,
oh man. JT, this is awesome, brother. I know we have some guys that are overseas that are watching this too, and this gives them something to look forward to when they get back or while they're there, and they can order this stuff. And how is the shipping on that? If you've got guys that are deployed overseas, shipping's pretty good?
Oh, absolutely. So we actually get quite a few orders for folks overseas, and as long as they got FPO or APO address, then the shipping is the same as it is.
Right, usually it just goes to the post first, doesn't it?
I think so, yeah.
It goes to the post
exactly
here in the States, and then they send it through their own carrier and their planes and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
what we find is we get a lot of unit orders overseas, which is great. And then we generally, those folks will contact us. We generally, work with them and cut them a good deal and, give them free engraving and things like that. And also, it's generally free shipping. Anything, I think, what we have going on right now is anything over $80, we ship for free.
That's cool. It'd also be cool on those tall mugs is if the custom rail clips guys made like a rail clip for the really tall ones for like sunglasses or something.
Yeah. You need to put your sunglasses
keys
on
or something,
Sitting in the
Hey, I like that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. You better hurry up and do that for the Chinese steal it from you there, JT.
I don't think the Chinese are listening to us.
No, you never know, man. You never know.
They got their feelers out everywhere.
JT, it's been an awesome time with you, brother. I really enjoyed having you on and talking with Dave too as well, and the whole crew. I actually talked to a couple of the guys, so you guys have got a great thing going on here, and we definitely support you 100%, the whole crew. And we are going to put some videos and some pictures up to show everyone and the links and all that throughout this whole show. And is there anything else that you need to tell us about anything that's coming up or anything like that? Or
Also,
You got the floor, brother.
drop anything like all your social media stuff.
Oh
if
yeah,
you
drop
want.
all the social media. So he's on Instagram, right?
Oh,
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And on Instagram, we're BattleMug was taken. So we're BattleMug
USA?
I guess BattleMug USA.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on Facebook, it's just BattleMug as well.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and then we are running a promo for the 4th of July. Not sure when this is going to air, but for the 4th of July, we're offering 15% off all of our BattleMug products.
Cool.
So if you
That's awesome.
jump on the site there, all you have to do is type in the promo code Firework, and
Well, I
you
might
get
buy a mug
15%
then.
off.
There you go. There you go.
On the 4th.
Man.
But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for having us on the show. This is
our
awesome.
honor. It was our honor. We appreciate you coming on because we understand how busy that a lot of these companies get, and just
Yeah.
to take that couple of minutes out just to talk to us. I know we're not big media or anything, but
Right, but
You
it's
know,
so hard.
it's-
It's so hard to find veteran-owned companies that are doing things like this because there's really nowhere you can look for. Like, type in veteran-owned companies, and you just get random crap from like USA.gov on how to start a business if you're a
Yeah.
veteran.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're real honored that you came on, and we promote you 100%, and we're going to carry on that tradition and make sure that we include you in on our people that we've had on the show at the end of the show, and get that link up there, so that you guys, the customers out there, can click on it and go to them and order something from them. So I think it's a very important thing to support our veteran companies.
Definitely.
And to definitely take care of them, because
small business owners are the heart of America.
that's right, American dream. And JT's living the American dream right now, aren't you, JT?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, brother, look, God bless your whole crew, man. We appreciate you a whole bunch. Semper Fidelis, and if you ever need anything from us, ever, you call us, let us know, and we'll definitely be there in a heartbeat for you. So
That's awesome, guys. I really appreciate it. And, definitely Semper Fi to you as well. And thank you again.
You bet, brother.
been great.
Well, JT, take care, and tell all the guys we said hey to, please. And,
I absolutely will.
all right,
Yeah.
brother. And kick
All right.
Dave around for me a little bit.
You got it.
Oh, man.
All right, guys.
Sir, good
You
luck
take
to
care.
you. Okay.
All right.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Wow, that's, I absolutely love stuff like that, man. I
Yeah.
mean, it's, I know we talked to a lot of different other veterans out there and stuff like that, but to actually have another Marine veteran out there that's, starting something up, I mean, that's close to me, but
Yeah.
they're just really down to earth guys, man. I mean, you heard JT, he was an officer in the Marine Corps,
Well, I feel like the majority, I wouldn't say all, because,
yeah,
everywhere you go, you're going to have crazy people.
yeah, you will.
Or dreamers or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for the most part, I think the military kind of makes you more of a, physical, realistic kind of person.
It does. It
You know,
does.
it grounds you more.
I think, in
I
fact,
guess is the what I'm trying to get at.
well, right before, if you remember, right before we had the show started up, me and JT were talking about that, and it's kind of like, we want to give inspirations for guys out there that want to start a business,
Yeah.
that are veterans, and we were talking, and I said, sir, I said, it's crazy because you have all these switches that you're taught in the military to turn on and to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing the military doesn't teach you when you get out is how to turn certain switches off.
Yeah, I
You
think
know what I mean?
I guess maybe not a lot of people, but I know, like, for me, and a lot of the people that I served with, and maybe it was just because you kind of learn how to turn stuff on and off being a drill instructor.
I could see that. I could definitely
so
see
it's
the drill
like,
instructor being a little
you
bit
learn
easier
just,
to.
it's like, oh, well, time to be an asshole today.
Yeah,
know?
I mean that's something. I mean those
know,
are things that you're.
Or this is the
obviously
mindset I'm
doing.
going to do today.
Right.
And now I'm done. back to my normal life mindset.
So I mean, in that
You know.
sense, that's teaching you how to turn those switches on and off. I
Totally.
mean, that's,
And I
yeah.
also think that active duty people that leave active duty and maybe finish out their inactive time in the reserves, it helps them a lot too. 'Cause
Yeah.
I see
can
most
see that.
guys that leave active duty that go to the reserves transition a whole lot better than guys who just get out.
Right.
You know, you see a lot less of the whole issues.
Well, yeah, I mean, you go from being told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and just do it.
Yeah.
You know, to what am I going to do?
Right. I think it's either you have to be in for like over 10 or 15 years,
Yeah.
you know, and you're just used to everything, or if you're doing like 3 years or 6 years or something like that, or 2 years back when the latest war happened. I remember, I don't know what that number is, it doesn't matter. But I think, what was I saying? You threw me off by staring at my phone.
No, you were talking about the. This is hilarious. You were talking about like just actually,
Oh yeah.
just the ones that are actually have gotten out and been in reservists, and the ones that are just getting out, and that actually happened to me.
Right,
you know?
right. So, was it 2002 or 2001 is when they started in the Army anyways. They started the whole 2-year contract. It's the shortest contract they ever made for the Army. They started a 2-year contract to get more troops. You know?
Okay. Instead of re-upping for another 3 or 4 years, right?
Right, so they did a 2-year contract, and so instead of having, a 3-year contract with this many inactive time, you just had 1 more year of inactive time, So they do 2 years and then
Well,
they
that's
can
smart.
get out. Yeah, I mean, they only did it for, I want to say, like a year or two, just to get the numbers up in the Army, because, they have to have the most amount of people.
Yeah, that would make it hard
they're
to rank
spread the
up
thinnest.
if you did that, because it would be like everybody's filling the billets, and you're kind of like, well,
Right.
when am I going to get my rank?
Well, when you're spreading a whole military organization out so thin,
That's true.
you got to have your main force.
We need to find out how the
Everywhere.
numbers are going now, man. I wonder.
It's steady. I know it's increased since last year. Last time I looked, I just can't tell you the
I
actual.
bet it has. It
like,
has increased just a little bit.
500,000
Are
or
you
600,000, something like that. Is the total
good.
number?
That's good numbers.
So,
I'm sure they want more.
no,
don't?
actually, when I want to say by 2008, so like two years before I got maybe it was like a year before. Yeah, it was like a year before I got out. I was promotable, but they changed it by then because the whole conflict thing was pretty much over,
Right.
for the most part anyways. They changed it to where you had to have so much time left in service, right,
Okay.
to be promoted. So you had to have at least 2 years left. Even if you were promotable with only 20 months left, you couldn't be promoted.
Oh,
You
wow.
know? Yeah,
Wow.
so it's either re-enlist for another 3 years if you're on active duty, or re-enlist for another 6 years if you're in the reserves, or
Decisions.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Well, what I did to get the last rank I had was I just extended my inactive time in the reserves.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what I did. I extended my inactive time in the reserves, and that allowed me to finish some military schooling that I was doing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, man. I mean, we're down 2 guys right now today.
Yeah,
But yeah, but it's crazy because it kind of when I came in here today, it sucks Dave's not here,
yeah,
but it kind of reminded me back when me and you first started talking about doing stuff like this.
mm-hmm.
You remember
Sitting
that?
in my tiny little room.
Yeah, we went in there and we had. It was awesome, man, because we just let the camera go, and it was like, what, 2 hours worth of recording that we did. We just sit there and talked, and that was amazing. So
Yep.
I had a good time. But so what'd you do this week?
I worked.
Worked.
I sweat a lot because it was hot outside. And I worked on that stupid thing, the computer.
Oh, the computer, getting all the
Yeah.
audio done and everything.
Yep, but it seems to be working pretty good now.
Yeah, it seems like it, man. I'm liking it.
Also, okay, so you wanted to know the numbers. As of January 31st, 2015,
Okay.
there were close to 1.4 million people serving in the United States Armed Forces. So total.
Total. That's
All
the total.
the branches.
All the different branches.
Yes. Which means that that's like 0.4% of the population.
Wow.
Yeah. How crazy would it be if just 5% of the population, 5%, think about that, 5% of the population.
It'd be big.
It'd be huge.
Yeah, that'd be
mean-
massive. That'd be on a big scale, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I think next week we're gonna try to make it so that we can get Jill on,
Yeah.
and maybe have one or two of her host on here too as well. I think that'd be kind of cool. And but yeah, we've been really excited about getting her on here as well. I think it'll be a really cool thing. And I've been hosting on there with them. A co-host as as a veteran ambassador. To the whole thing, which has been kind of cool, because they already had a charity spotlight, so they'd bring in a charity every single week. Well, these last couple of times that we've been doing it, it's well, what are we going to talk about on veteran topics? It's been kind of cool,
Right.
because you have a little bit more freedom to go with it. It's 10 minutes, but at least you can get something in there for 10
Fire
minutes.
it away.
Yeah, that's just like, well, I didn't have $10 in my pocket before, so now I got $10 in there.
Yeah.
At least you get that out. So yeah, and again, guys, if you've got any kind of suggestions for any kind of
What was I? There was something I wanted to
organization that's for veterans or businesses, please let us know, because we definitely care about what you want to have on here.
See,
So,
correcto.
yeah, right?
Oh yeah, so I got my labels in
Yeah.
that I sent off. I didn't like them, so I redesigned it and sent off for more to be made.
He's talking about Galactic Beard.
Yeah,
so in
well-
case you
well-
guys didn't know.
Yeah, so the labels only cost me for like one sheet. Is only costing me like $4-5. Just to kind of, because I'm not doing it on like the nicest stuff, because I want to see what it looks like first.
Right, and then you'll get the nicer stuff later.
Right. And so I've gotten 2 different versions back. I didn't like either of them, so I redesigned it and sent it off, just because it looks weird, or maybe something's too small and the other thing's too big, or vice versa.
You gotta hurry and get that stuff
or
going.
the writing's too dark and it's hard to read.
You need to hurry and get that stuff going, because the Chinese are going to copy it if you don't.
Well, they'd have to have my ingredients to be able to do that.
I know. But no, and what we're talking about is Derek. Derek's got a company he's trying to start up as well.
Got my
Speaking
snake oil company.
Yeah, got your snake oil company. Galactic Beards. And actually, Rico Riflings will be carrying that stuff in our shop.
See,
So,
as soon as there's labels.
Yeah, so as soon as the labels are coming up, you guys make sure to keep an eye out for that, and we'll try to get some. The Instagram I think is going to be awesome, because that way you can see. I mean, I can already tell in Dave's beard, it's already kind of softened up.
Oh yeah,
It was so wiry.
Oh yeah, because it dries out. The longer your hair gets,
Yeah,
the drier it gets.
yeah. I mean, he just
It's not like the
his
hair on
was
top
like
of your head
sitting
where
here trying to
the
wave
oilier
at you
it
and
gets.
stuff, and
Yeah.
he's been using that. And it seems like it's been softening up. He looks more like
definitely.
Papa Smurf, dude.
Well, it's because the oils get into your beard, and then the wax traps the oils in your beard.
Right, and the fibers and stuff.
So that way it helps protect your hair and keep it moisturized for long periods of time.
That's really cool. And we
Science.
had that beer challenge with recoil rifle slings.
Yep.
And some of the winners on that actually got some of it, and they're already raving about it.
Oh, awesome.
They absolutely love it. They love
Cool.
the smell of it. They love everything. They said so you're going about it the right way. You just need to
Awesome.
get those damn labels done.
Speaking of which, let me throw my Instagram and Steve's Instagram out here.
Yeah.
That way, if people want to find us, they can get on there and they can find out when we get it ready to go.
Cool.
Let's see. So mine is bearded _ cosmonaut.
Bearded cosmonaut.
Yeah, the bearded cosmonaut.
Underscore, so it's an underscore between beard and cosmonaut.
Bearded cosmonaut.
Bearded cosmonaut. There you go.
Because I'm bearded.
Bearded _ cosmonaut.
And then Steve,
which is his partner on the side, business partner.
Yep. And you can either find him under bearded astronaut or galactic beards.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you can find him under there.
So that's cool. You guys check that out, definitely. If you have a beard, you definitely want this stuff. This is some really cool stuff.
Yep.
So.
And then I think once we get the labels finished, we're also probably going to send some stuff off to some of the beard reviewer guys on YouTube. So if you kind of search around for that, you should be able to find it.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you guys, man. That's
Awesome.
amazing.
It's been such a slow process.
Trust me, I understand.
Yeah, I think I'm
totally.
in like year 3
just getting it started.
it was like about a year and a half to, no, it was longer than that. It's year 4. So the first 2 years was just me by myself working on the formula.
Right.
And then the 3rd year, Steve came in.
When did you know you had the formula right?
That's a good question. Well, it started basically, we had our, what I call version 1, which is probably more like version like 143,000.
It typically goes that way.
But like version 1 of like, this is a good product.
Right.
Probably happened like summer of last year.
Oh, wow.
So about a year ago, maybe.
Still in its infancy, just a little bit at that time.
Right. And so that was, because I think I probably changed the formula. I mean, I probably redo the formula at least 15 or 20 times a year.
Yeah.
Until it finally got right.
Just leveled out.
Well, yeah, because you gotta make it.
Make sure your measurements are right.
And then you gotta test it for a while.
Well, I mean, hell, you
let other people test it for exactly. You let other people test it for a while.
Yeah.
And then you get the feedback from then, and of course, what I think about it is what matters the most to me.
Right.
And so, I finally hit a formula that I'm like, okay, this is the first official formula. Right. Which is just a standard beard balm, and then the next one I'm going to be working on once the labels are done, and I no longer have to worry about that. All I have to worry about is staying in stock and sending stuff out and that kind of stuff is when I'll start Formula 2.
Oh, wow.
And Formula 2 is going to be for like more hard to manage beards like mine.
Right.
Where it always sticks out to the side. And I'll probably
kind of try like some straightener in it just a little bit, or how?
No, just more wax, but it's more complicated than that.
Oh, I understand.
Because it's like the more wax you put into it.
Don't say too much because the Chinese will steal it.
Well, that's fine. They can try.
Right.
Yeah. So the more wax you put into your balm, the stiffer it is to try and use. And hold on a second.
How are we doing on our audio?
Oh, it's good. It just had a virus protection pop up. We're at 40 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah. So the more wax you put in it, the harder it is to use, you know?
Right.
And so you gotta...
Well, I guess the heat from your hands, though, the more you get your hands a little
Not
warmer.
on the wax.
Not on the wax.
But there's other ingredients in there that soften to the touch, like room temperature is
Right.
about their solid point.
Right.
And once you start moving it around, it melts really easy in your hands.
Gotcha.
You know, it's
Yep.
that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But you got to find the right ratio.
The right ratio. yeah.
Otherwise, you just got to either something that's hard as a rock, or you got something that's like melting
Too
once
soft.
you try and use
yeah, it's like
it.
you're just spraying. You might as well just be spraying liquid on there.
Right, because then there's not enough wax to actually, like soak in and last. Like it feels good, but it only lasts you for like 10 minutes. And then
Right.
your beard starts to feel dry after you've touched it a few times.
Gotcha.
Whereas with the wax, if you get enough wax in there and you do the ratio just right, it's soft. But once you get it on your beard and you leave it alone, it's manageable.
Gotcha.
Right, and that's the second formula that I'm working on is a heavy manageable cream.
That's pretty cool.
That way you can almost shape your beard to a certain extent.
See, we're actually giving you guys like 2 veteran companies today. Not just one, but 2 veteran
Well,
companies.
technically 3, because every day or every podcast we give them recoil.
Yeah, every day. Every day. In fact,
Every day?
we're actually going to do, okay, so this month, if you call in and you're either a police, firefighter, or military or veteran, call in this month and next month, and you get 15% instead of 10%. So that's going to be our
Sweet.
4th of July kind of summer sizzler kind of help out for the veterans and
What about
and
the
active
FBI
people
and the
every-
CIA?
Oh, of course, they all fall into all of that. Yeah, they all fall into that too as well. So if you guys are wanting a discount on that as well, we're doing 15% off on your sling, which is amazing. I don't think we've ever done 15%.
No,
We've
I
never-
don't remember. any of
Never
that.
done. I think we do like 10, but 15% is a pretty
That's
big
a big
chunk.
number. People don't like when you're looking at the buyer side of it. For some things, 15% doesn't seem a lot, but when you're looking at like the manufacturing side,
Yeah.
15% is a lot
That's
off the
huge.
top.
That is huge.
Because you go from having you're already trying to set your numbers down low enough
Right.
that people will buy it, but high enough that you can actually
here's-
not go broke making it.
Well, here's another cool thing though too is that we're also going to be doing a deal for casualties of war, or a Tattered Flag Project. too.
Right.
It's the whole deal. But if you go there and make a donation, you'll turn around and you'll be redirected to the site for the 15% off. So if you make a $20 donation, so that 15% that you're saving, if I were you, I would just go ahead and go to Casualties of War, go ahead and make that $20 donation, and then come and get that, that 15% off at Recoil. That way we know that the money's going to something good too as well. And that's part of us wanting to promote them and make sure that they're actually getting some stuff going. And I
Yeah.
think they're getting all that stuff set up soon. I think it should be up here pretty soon. I think it's going to be like an e-commerce kind of shop deal. But what's going to happen is once you make that sale, it'll send you directly to the website where we
Okay.
have the 15%. So it's going to be a really cool deal, and we're so happy and honored that we're able to do that for Zach and the crew. And I think that's something that we need to keep doing every year. So we'll probably do that every single year.
Awesome.
So from here on out. So,
Yep.
but yeah. So I mean,
During the 4th of July, you should start doing it like every year during the 4th of July.
yeah,
Because what's
Most
more,
definitely.
veteran company,
yeah,
4th of July, most paid. Yeah.
yeah. Patriotic.
Would you say it's the most patriotic? Because that's hard. You got Memorial Day.
Well, I think
You
that
have-
depends on the type of people that you ask. I mean, you have a lot of
know.
different patriots in a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I think if you're just a true American, I think that every single major American
Flag
holiday,
Day.
like Flag Day and stuff like that, I think they're all, to me, they're all equal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they each have their own certain meaning, which they do.
Yep.
Independence Day is a huge one. Veterans Day is a big one in my book too. But you know, you have all these different patriotic days,
Yes.
and I think that while they mean different things to different people, I think they equally are the same of importancy.
Right. Well, the meaning to people is something for yourself.
Right.
It was created for a certain reason.
Right.
You know,
Right.
just like Independence Day.
Yes.
You know, 4th of July.
Right.
Day of Independence. That's what it was created for.
Right.
Just like Memorial Day. Just
Yes.
like Flag Day. Just like I'm missing one. I'm sure someone on here
I
will
think
tell
they
me.
each. I don't think there's one more important than the other one. Which that's obvious.
They all have important
They all
reasoning,
have the
you know.
most important reason. I think they all have that same level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, everybody died already from the Revolutionary War, so who cares about that anymore, right?
Jeez. Yeah, that's what they try to do. They try to erase the history. You know, it's crazy to me.
Oh yeah. That's what I was going to talk about. So I just
Do
watched
tell.
a documentary last night because I couldn't sleep until like 4:30 in the morning. Over the writer of the Anarchist Cookbook.
Really?
Him today. So older man.
Right.
Yeah. He was 19 when he wrote the book.
Really?
Back in like, what did they say, 69?
Yeah.
Guess. Okay, so every time there's a bombing right now, we freak out, right?
Right.
How many bombings do you think there have been in the United States? Let's say from 2000, let's say since 9/11
Okay.
up till today. How many do you think there was?
Maybe one or two.
Well, I mean, I'd say probably like 5 or 6.
Okay.
Maybe more. I don't know. Maybe you guys know better. Guess how many there was during 1971 to 1972?
How many?
Over 2,500
Are you serious?
just in the U.S.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So think about that.
That's crazy.
We talk about how much worse it has gotten when overall, when it comes to stuff like that,
Right.
it is huge, night and day difference. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
sure,
it's pretty
bombings are bad and they shouldn't happen, but if I feel like the younger generation today is ignoring the history of yesterday.
It's not that you're thinking that.
You know?
They definitely are.
And it's not just the younger generation. I see people who are in their late 30s.
Oh, yeah,
I see
there's
people
some
in
of
their
those people out there
40s.
too. Yes.
You know,
yes.
I see people in their 50s doing it. I mean, you see old women doing it who actually lived through all this crap.
Yeah.
Like they lived through the actual height of the feminist movement, the actual height of like what I just talked about, the whole 1970.
Yeah.
Most
of those people, if they were on here today and they saw
radical
what was
groups.
going on, and they actually talked about it, they'd be like, "These people have flat lost their minds." That's nowhere close to what they were doing at that time.
Well, and to
know?
be fair, a lot of those radical movements, while some of them were terrible, hurting innocent people, some
Right.
of them were super important.
Well, I mean,
You're gonna have a lot
women's
of
rights to vote and stuff like that. There was some
you
importancy to all
you
that.
have the minority movements
Yes.
that were super important. You had the but then you had more dangerous ones like what were they called, the Weathermen. You had certain sects of the Black Panther groups. Not all of them, but there was certain ones that were very violent, I guess. And then there was a lot more that I can't remember. There was Filipino ones. There was Mexican. There was white. It was everybody.
And see, that's one thing is the segregation of what people want, and then they segregate themselves to that point is not probably the best thing to do. We're all Americans, and that's how it should be. But anyway, No, but this also brings on to one of those points to where I can't wait for Dave to be back on the show. Mm-hmm. Like, Dave is our historian. Absolutely love the guy. He's working on some stuff for us so that he can come on the show and dazzle us with some of the history stuff. Because I mean, me and you both, we talk about history.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask him about that today. That's probably why I forgot, because he wasn't here.
Yeah, well, David Bounds. Remember David Bounds?
Yeah, well, I know. He probably would remember some of that stuff.
Yeah, he's got.
I mean, I'm sure he was young when it happened. But
yeah, but he's got such a knowledge of all of that stuff, and I think it's awesome. And it has been a great day today, Derek. I think we managed okay, and still miss Dave a lot, But guys, whenever we do the closing of the show, it's always Dave started this whole trend thing that he does. And it's like, if
so goofy.
Well, what does he say? How's it go?
I don't know. It's too corny for me to remember.
Well, no, it's not. It's not too corny. I mean,
no, it's corny.
It makes sense, though.
Just because it's corny doesn't mean it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it just means that it's corny.
Well, yeah, but if you don't help, then who will, right?
That's right.
So we'll just keep it simple.
It's like a PSA every time. It's like the end of G.I. Joe.
Yeah, G.I. Joe. Yes, it is. It is definitely that way.
Cracks me up every time.
Guys, and that was a little shout out to Dave since he couldn't be here today, and as usual, we want to keep it going like that. And so I guess next week, if we can, next week's gonna be a busy week for us. So if we don't have a show up, we'll try to do something. So I don't know what we'll try to do.
It's the holidays, so happy 4th of July.
Definitely.
Or I hope you had a good 4th of July.
Yeah,
depending on what time we get this up.
Yeah, we'll try to get up on Monday because I think it's very important to do so because of BattleMugs.
Yep.
Doing their 15%. So guys, make sure that if you want a BattleMug, you go on there and get it because that's going to be the time to buy them.
Yeah.
So anyway, and we'll have, on our next show, we will have Jill from Project Lips. We definitely want to have her on. Kind of get an insight about how the Heart Songs for Veterans actually got started and the Lich Project, and just kind of dive into some of the background behind all of it and what they actually do. It's one of the only, well, there are a bunch of them out there, but it's one of the ones that I think it's 100% of all the sales generated from country musicians and stuff like that. All those go straight to helping veterans.
This is awesome. I'm sure they have like amazing. 5% they have to keep.
I don't know. I don't know how it goes. I think they do that in other ways through donations to the site. But then if you go to iTunes and stuff like that, they try to set it up.
Like all the views go to that, and then they have donations that they use for the company.
I'll have Jill explain it to you because it's just an amazing process on how they do it. It works really well, and you know that a lot of these musicians and stuff like that actually donate their song, and you purchase it on
I would
iTunes
donate
like
one
that.
of our songs, but I don't feel like it would be a...
Well, no, they've actually had some indie rock on there.
This is way...
Well, I know, but they've had a lot of different, a lot of different...
there might be some cursing.
Just as long as you scream it to the top of your lungs, so you can't really
I
hear
didn't
what it
write
says.
any of the curse words into the song.
Right.
That was all the drummer's fault.
Well, her son actually wrote one. It was a Goodbye Felicia song that he did, and it's hysterical.
Bye,
and
Felicia.
at the end of it, he goes, "You crazy bitch,"
Yep. You know what's so hilarious is nobody knows where nobody that wasn't around in the 90s to remember the 90s.
Right.
Remember where that came from.
Go ahead and tell them.
Well, it came from Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia,
Bye,
because
Felicia.
the character's name was Felicia.
Yeah.
Come on. Everybody's like, oh, some kid on YouTube started it. Or,
Yeah.
oh, it was a Vine. And it's like, no. The internet wasn't like a commonplace thing when this movie came out.
Hello, big big worm.
Yeah. I'm just going to tuck my chain in. Yeah.
Well, guys, from Veteran Logic and all of us here, we miss you, Damien. We miss you, Dave. And it was great having JT on from BattleMugs. We appreciate you a whole bunch, brother. And we're going to get all of the links up for that.
Yep, all the social media links and all the other links and links for links.
As he gets his Galactic
and
Beer
then maybe
Company
I'll
going.
go home and eat some links. I don't know.
You're hungry, aren't you? No, but we need to get your links up as soon as you get. Well, we'll go ahead and get your Instagram stuff up.
Yeah.
And so that's coming up the line. So keep an eye out for Galactic Beards. And guys, again from Veteran Logic, we do appreciate you guys for watching us. And till next time, guys. God bless. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Peace off.
Peace out.